Hi. Let's see who's. Oh. All right. Here we go. We got a interesting day today at the event. Very slow compared to last year, I think. I thought. For us, I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. Didn't have the same, Hello, Ray. Hello, Catherine. Hello. Hello, Daniel. Had a good day today with Danny boy. It was a little slow this year. For us, I don't like I said, I don't know. The guy selling sausage across from us, that dude was jacked up the whole time. Like almost constantly busy. Which was cool. Which was great to see. I don't know what he was funny because he got there. He was parked right next to us, and it was all on level, and he was losing his shit because he said it was. I don't know why. I don't know. He ended up moving across the street, and so then he was on level facing the other way, which I don't know. Whatever. But he seemed like he had good business. I thought it would have. I don't know. I mean, we did okay. Listen, to me, I said this 1,000 times before. If we get out there, get our name out there, we got a couple new people found out what we do. A couple new people joined the group. Hello, Farva, and sold some product, and we got a nominee for Veteran of the or Service Member of the Month, and we got 2 nominees for Veteran of the Month when we were there. So that's, to me, that's all good. That's all things that have to happen to make this keep working. So I'll take it. I'm good with it. No problem. But yeah, no. Last year we did much. We sold much more. Like the hot sauce. I mean, we sold 4 cases of hot sauce last year. I think we sold 6 bottles today. So I don't know what gives, but it is what it is. Like I said, you're gonna have. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Craig. You're gonna have good days and bad. I thought I might see Craig there. There's a bike night. Where were all the bikers? People could have been there, and I never saw them. Because there was like the pavilion, and then they had bands playing up there and shit, which I couldn't even hear. The guy with the booth next to us he had a construction site generator running, which is ridiculous. That you shouldn't be allowed to do that. That was nonsense. You need to get yourself a Honda, dude. That thing was loud, and it was like right in front of us. I mean, it could have been worse. I've been in situations where it was louder and I can't communicate with people. And, part of it's our name, whatever. Team Spoonman doesn't make any sense. You don't understand what it is until people come by. People walk past because I think they don't realize what it is. Normally, when people stop to us and talk to us and find out what we do, they're much more receptive to us as far as helping us out, buying product or whatever. So, but the other thing was, son of a bitch. Hold on. His name, I'm lost now. Joshua Dice, I don't know how you pronounce it, D-I-S-E. He is our current service member of the month right now. He's our active duty service member for September. And his future mother-in-law was there, and she just was there. She just happened to be there, and she was walking through, and she saw the booth, and she saw like the Spoonman Saloon logo, and she like did a double take, and she was like, "What?" She's like, "Wait, what's this?" And she stopped and was talking to Kelly, and I wasn't there. I had run up to get information for Veteran of the Month that we got on the list that we're going to be sending out here probably 3 months, maybe 3, probably 3 months, and anyway, I came back and she was there, and I got to talk to her, and she said she just happened to be there. She saw the thing and came over, and she wanted to thank me. And so I got my picture taken with her. Although they took it on their phone, so I don't have it. They said they were going to post it to the group. So if they did, y'all will get to see it. And then I'll save it because I like keeping all that stuff. But anyway, it was Josh's fiance's mother. So that was pretty cool. And then, Jesus Christ, this thing is heavy. Hello, Steph. Stacy Hines, anybody who doesn't know Keith and Stacy Hines. Keith Hines does the podcast, Colossal Community Podcast. I don't know what that was. Stacy is his beautiful wife, and she said, "Oh, I got something for you. Check this out. Team Spoon Man. He's got the trailer flag right there on the bottom. It's hard to read with the lights on. Never apologize for being patriotic." It said, I don't know what the hell this thing is. It's heavy. It is a heavy plastic or a glass block thing. And she cricketed Team Spoon Man, put the flag. She literally did the trailer logo. And she has a cricket. So it's vinyl on vinyl. So she had to put all the little yellow vinyl and the black vinyl around each other on there. How awesome is that? So she's like, "Oh, that would be perfect." She said to Keith, she goes, "Are you having Jason on the podcast anytime soon?" And he's like, "No." And then he said, "Oh, they're going to be at this event." And she said, "Good, let's go there and give it to him." So anyway, lights up, red, white, and blue. It's probably easier to read without the lights on. But it says right there in the bottom, "Never apologize for being patriotic." That is awesome. So thank you, Stacy. And I don't know where to put it. I told her. Everybody keeps giving me shit, which is, I appreciate. It's awesome. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Anyway, this is kick-ass. Red, white, and blue. And it lights up. So, I think what's going to have to happen is Papaw's going to have to move and get a bigger bar somewhere else. Because we're out of room. This is what we should do. What we should do is, when I say we, I guess I mean me. What I should do is, well, A, play the lottery. That would be the first step in this process. And then win the lottery. And then I should just buy a bar. Hello, Robin. Buy a bar or build a bar. Like a regular bar. Like a bar. Like, hey, let's open Spoon Man Saloon for real. And I'm not even getting a liquor license. We're just going to give all the liquor away for free. Because I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that. I think so. I think you can give liquor away if you don't have a liquor license. Which doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But also, if you have a liquor license, you can only sell what they have. They are good, Jeff. They're awesome. What you can only have, if you have a liquor license, you can only keep in your bar what you can buy at a state liquor store, which is ridiculous. So that's like, I ain't doing that. So what we're gonna do is just we gotta win the lottery first, which means we gotta play the lottery first. So there is the problem right off the giddy up. Oh, Stacy, it's awesome. It's awesome. I don't know where I'm gonna put. Oh, I can put it on that one. I need more outlets. I gotta put outlets. I swear to God, this wall where this TV is, I'm thinking about cutting holes in the walls and putting boxes in and dropping wires down from the top. I think I can make that happen. Because there's drop ceiling, so if I just drill a hole in the top. Oh no, I can't. I got fucking runners going through there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, hello, Benjamin. Anyway, it would be great back here somewhere. Anyway, we need a bigger bar. That's all there is to it. So I'm gonna have to move. I guess I don't know what else to do. I mean, I could take the steps out. What if I took the steps out that go upstairs and just put a fireman's pole down through the closet and upstairs? Getting back to upstairs is gonna be a bitch. But fireman's pole, boom, straight down, quick, and then eliminate the steps. We could move this wall back 2 feet. 2 more feet of liquor shelves. We can get some stuff going then. I was just gonna say how often these do steps a lot. This is just not a practical setup. I was talking to your husband. That was nice. Nice fella. Oh, hello, Vanessa. I met a lot of cool people today over there. I was excited. I always like when I get to put faces with... Like, I met people who were in the group that I'd never met before. And then I met people who just found out about our group and joined our group. All of which are fantastic. I know, Steph, it's going to be hard getting back up. Disregarded your advice and had all the tractors out today. I don't even know what that means. Disregarded my advice. What was my advice? I don't even know what you're talking about, Ben. I saw, where did I just see? Jeff, where were you guys just playing? Or who said something about you guys playing somewhere? Oh, I guess it was last weekend. You guys played at that thing. Hello, Annette. Oh, okay. Phew. I don't know what you're talking about, Ben. You lost me. Hello, John Wagner. Anyway, it was a good. Listen. I love. There's a lot of things about this that are frustrating, and when I get out, I like to be out with the people. I like to, like I said, people walk past, they look at us. I don't even. When people stop and ask us what we do and they get to talking to us a little bit, that's when we make fans. That's when we make friends. Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. That's what it was, Jeff. Gotcha. Well, I mean, both cars broke because you drive Fords. I mean, what do you think was going to happen? I just saw that comedian. I can't remember what his name is. He's like I don't know what he is. I don't actually know what he is. I guess he's a New Yorker. I saw the clip before, but he said he something happened to his truck, to his Chevy truck, and he said I had to find a Chevy garage. He goes, and I don't know where a Chevy garage is because I drive a Chevy. He said if I drove a Ford, I would know where the Ford garage was, which was very funny. Well, right now, was it though, Ben? Right now, who owns a GMC? Right now, I'm drinking a banana licorice because I'm curious. Because I like Zambuca. Actually, I love Zambuca. I actually had a Zambuca shot with Daniel today at the club because for some reason he insisted every time I'm up there I have to go into the club and have a drink with him, which is fine. But whose car is that? Is that the Mad Canadians? Where'd this come from? 2006. That's 19 years old, dude. That's bound for something to happen to it. What you should have done was kept that Buick. That's where you made your mistake. That thing's probably still running somewhere. That's probably still somebody's daily driver out there. Just saying. I am mixing a banana licorice. It's banana liqueur, Zambuca, and cherry brandy. I'm curious. Hello, Cece. Hello, Hestad. I'm curious as to what this is going to taste like. Because licorice and bananas sounds horrific. Although, the problem with the cars today, right now, is this stupid white shit they're spraying on the roads. These assholes are throwing this brine on the road. My last 3 vehicles I had, my last Cobalt I just got rid of because it wouldn't pass inspection anymore. The whole bottom of it was rusted to pieces, and it had freaking 295,000 miles on it. And it still ran fine. Drove it every day to work. Over the mountain every day. And it rusted out. It won't pass inspection anymore. So. And just for the record, and for the sake of the Mad Canadian, when I call your wife the Mad Canadian, I use that term in the utmost respect. And to me, it's actually a compliment. So I hope she doesn't get offended by it. And if she does, well, she doesn't know me even a little bit. Because I think that's a fantastic nickname. If only I was Canadian. Okay, this is called banana licorice. 500,000 miles. That's what I'm talking about. Very good. All right, this is called banana licorice. Banana liqueur, Sambuca, and cherry brandy. And some guy at the bar came up to me. He graduated high school with my brother, and he said we wrestled together and played baseball together. And I said, we did not. And he goes, yes, we did. I'm like, I never wrestled ever in my whole life. Ever. And I said, he goes, oh, man, you were really good at baseball. I'm like, I was not good at baseball. He's like, I'm telling you, you were really good. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was not. I was okay at baseball. Brent was good at baseball. Brent was a good athlete. I was not. I was okay. I wasn't good. And I'm like, I never played. And he said something about Travis Williams. I'm like, you're conflating things here. I'm like, my brother played with Travis Williams, not me. He's like, no, wait, Travis is way older. He graduated in like 87. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? It was crazy. Yeah. Hello, Aaliyah. Hello, Barry the Hawn. Okay. Banana licorice, banana liqueur, Sambuca, cherry brandy. It tastes like Sambuca. I mean, it doesn't taste like Sambuca. I mean, it tastes like Sambuca, but it tastes slightly different. But it's not bad. Banana liqueur is very strong. I mean, it's a very super strong banana flavor. I thought it would taste more banana-y. If we're gonna put a Jasonism in here, banana-y is the word right now. It still doesn't beat a YOLO. YOLO still wins hands down. That's gonna be a problem. Oh, and I didn't. I gotta go through I counted the money. I think. I don't know. I don't know how much was Venmo'd to me. I don't know if there's one or two Venmos, but it's like $340 or $350. Maybe it was. I don't know. It was close to $400 we brought in today, total, not profit. So we sold a lot of shirts. We sold 10 or 11 shirts, which is a pretty good day. But like last year, we sold 4 cases of hot sauce up there. I think we sold 6, 7 bottles today. That was very, I don't know, it just was weird. Last year we sold so much of that hot sauce, it was crazy. But I think a lot more people are carrying General's hot sauce, which really sucks. Because it just, if not as many places have it, when people see it, they're like, oh, wow, look at this. Let's, whatever, let's pick this up or, whatever. So I'm seeing at a lot more places. I know a lot more places are carrying it because I hear from people. Oh yeah, I got this at such and such a store, vendor, whatever. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, it just was. There was a lot of people there wasn't a lot of people down by us, and last year there was. Last year there was one point for an hour plus, probably 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It was out of control. I mean, we could have had Brittany was there and Kelly was there, and we could have had 5 people in the stand because you just couldn't. There was people around every side. It was crazy. Oh, really? Well, that sucks. I didn't know that. Oh well. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, you can't. You know what I mean? They're a great company to deal with. They really are. But it just sucks because, like, if we don't do events, there's not a lot of sense in me having it because people don't come here to buy things, which, whatever. I don't know. Then there's all sorts of options. You can make an online store, and then people are like, oh, you should get involved with somebody else. Much better than last year. Oh, I actually saw a little guy, Robin, came up. Oh, yeah, and I gave, this is my profit count. I think I gave away 4 kid shirts today. Because I see kids, and I'm just like a kid there with their mom. And I'm like, all right, let me go grab a kid. Because we got kid shirts made. Because people were like, oh, we should get kid shirts. And we got kid shirts made. And I'm just like, I could just give these things away. And the worst part is they cost more than the adult shirts. Which is crazy. It doesn't make any sense at all. They're a quarter of the material and they cost more. But it's supply and demand. And unisex shirts, regular t-shirts cost, I mean, that's the most popular thing, so they are the cheapest. But anyway, Robin, yeah, the one little guy came in. He had a snake, and he was like, it was a snake, and I said, oh, nice snake, and he said thanks, and I said, I know where you got that, and I don't, but I was just guessing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, It's a good product. Country Junction's to everything, though. I like the Country Junction. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to go in there. When I was doing all the side work. Hello, Jen. When I was doing all the crazy side work and everything, and I'd go up there to pick up lumber, it's a pain in the ass. It's inconvenient. I like to just walk in the door. Hey, I need this. Walk out. Go to the yard. Get it. But it's like you got to go down the yellow brick road to find the lumber department to even tell them what you want. It's crazy. Jen was. What was I talking to Jen? Oh, Art, my buddy Art. Oh, I knew Robin from absolutely. I think it was white. I don't know. He was holding it. He was just holding it by the end, and the whole thing was just all flailing around. I gave him a shirt. I gave him a Spoon-A-Palooza shirt. The one it was this year, so it had to. Well, they all had. Actually, I guess they all, except the first year, they all have ducks on them. But it looks funny because Bob didn't like. He didn't ratio down the print. He fit the. Oh yeah, it did look like that. He put the whole print on a kid's shirt. It literally was like from the whole thing. It's ginormous. It looks funny, but the duck is huge, and I don't know. All the kids. The problem is the small size I have is kid small, which is 6 to 8, and these kids were little. These kids were like 4 or 5. They're going to be swimming in it. But I gave one to Candace's daughter also, or yeah, her daughter. So maybe it was 4. I don't remember. How much is a kid's smile worth? All right, this is called Bubblegum Nightmare. I don't know why it's called that. It doesn't make any sense. But it's vodka, blue carousel, and banana liqueur. I think I made something like this. Bubblegum something. Anyway, vodka, blue carousel, banana liqueur, bubblegum nightmare. I don't understand the title. It looks like aqua blue. It doesn't taste like bubblegum. It tastes like poison. I know. Theo wears all the shirts. Oh, Art came. My buddy Art was there so it's his son's girlfriend, fiance. I don't know if they're engaged or not. She's got a little boy. So they just live like right there. They walked over. And the little boy was there. So I gave him a Spoonman fishing shirt because, well, A, we have him, and B, Art's going fishing with me to Canada on Wednesday. We leave. The little guy's not coming along, but I just thought seemed appropriate. Hello, Sheila. Yeah, I think I met I don't know how many. I met a lot of new people today, which was great. We met somebody that invited us to Gilbert, but it's next Sunday, and I'm not here. And their event at Gilbert is always the last Sunday of September, and I'm always in Canada that Sunday, so that sucks. I even tried to get my brother to pick a different week, but he seemed like he did not want to. Then I saw Matt Wentz up there, my buddy Matt, that's Chris's brother. Hello, B-Guy. And he's got a place up there. He's got 2 campers up there where we go salmon fishing. He said, hey, if you want, you're welcome to go there anyway. It does, Kelly. It's not good. Hey, here's one called Bee Bite. Oh, wait, this one's supposed to be layered. How are you going to layer that? That looks gross, too. It's not going to layer. First of all, banana liqueur and vodka is the same. They ain't going to layer. Unless I use that banana, but that's rum. That's rum. That's probably supposed to be refrigerated. How bad could this be? Refrigerate after opening. This thing's probably 2 years old. Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? It tastes perfectly fine. That thing's been open for a long time. It says refrigerate after opening. I believe I think that's overkill from the manufacturers. That's what I think. I don't know if anybody was at the Robin. It's the same. They're all white. Well, Kahlua's not. I know how to layer. I'm just saying they don't all layer. What am I doing? I just almost YOLO'd my measuring cup. Bee guy. Why are we talking about the bee guy? Oh, I was telling people because we didn't sell much honey. We sold 2 or 3 jars of honey, maybe. And then people were like, asked me about it. I told them that I said, what? They were like, oh yeah, I love that honey. Somebody said, and I was like, oh yeah. I said he donates a jar of honey to every. He donates a jar of honey to every service member package we sent out, which is an active duty service member, and then a total of 30. He committed to 30 jars for the year, so we got 6 left. And we got 3 months to go. I already sent October out because it's going across the pond, so that baby was in the mail a week ago, I think, something like that. Hoping that it gets there by the beginning of October. That's the plan. And then we got November, December, and then whatever we fill in outside there, we got a whole bunch of people. We got a bunch of new people popping up, which is great. So we'll see how that all pans out. But we got to hopefully, I'm going to go. Hopefully the bee guy's back up in New York and I can go fishing with him a little bit. Hopefully there's fish. Because if there's no fish, we're just going to end up drunk. And if there's fish, we're going to end up drunk also. So. Oh, sorry, Robin. Oh, yeah, you did mention that when you got there. We didn't have it out. When she came down, we didn't have it out. Well, Robin, I have it all the time. It's at my house. So, if you ever need some, let me know. We can arrange that. We have you out here for the drink of the day. Oh, I talked to Bo Rodriguez. He's running for the mayor of Palmerton. So he's taking my job that y'all think I should run for. I told him, I said they want me to run, but I'm not allowed because I don't live in Palmerton. But he's running for the mayor of Palmerton, and I'm like, hey, I'm in, man. So I told him, I said, why don't you come out for a drink of the day one day? We'll sit down here. We'll have what would you call that? What we would have? We could bring up like topics of discussion. What do you call that? How would I say that? No falling off chairs this year. What? What the hell? There's Joe. Hello, Joe. We got to get Joe out here also. I'm so confused. No falling off of chairs this year. I don't know what that means. We're gonna get it. We're gonna take down one of these signs right here. We're gonna put a because Bo was running against, I don't know, somebody was running unopposed. Somebody was gonna run unopposed. So he's like, I'll run. And he was asking me all kinds of questions. He's very good at being a politician. He came over. He's like, "What do you think Max? Oh yeah. Last year was bad. Last year was really bad. Last year was a train wreck and a half. Did we fall out of chairs though? I don't remember that. Hello, Lisa. He was fantastic. And I know his dad. His dad used to work with my dad forever ago. And it was funny because I saw his dad like out of the corner of my eye because he was talking to me on the side, and his dad was out front talking to Kelly. And Kelly was telling him who I was. And she said Jason, and he was like making his face, and then finally, the year before. The year before was the year when he kept saying he was going to cook for me, and I kept giving him shit until I mean, we ate for sure. We did last year. When did we have the wings? Was that last year or the year before? Man, the wings were good. He got wings nailed. I'll listen. I give credit where credit is due. And wings are my favorite food. I think wings are my. Oh my god. I think wings might be my favorite food. I can't even talk. I'm not drunk, even a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But not enough that I should be talking poorly. Oh man, I'm still way too long. Or I could be having a stroke. Oh, it looks the same on both sides. I don't remember falling out of a chair. Or did you fall out of a chair? I don't know. I remember I definitely need sleep. There's no doubt about that. I'm tired as hell. And I got to work tomorrow. And my nephew's birthday party is tomorrow. I don't even know what time the fuck. I think it's at 2 o'clock. How am I going to get this work done tomorrow? And I think I can get it done. Mima won't go to work, so she's not going. Mima. Just on. They must have heard me say continue. I wonder if it was playing since last night. Because I turned on the radio and it was playing. That could be. That's why I was checking to see if one side was working and the other side wasn't. It's not. It's the same. Both sides. Both sides don't work. I think you would know if you were having a stroke, wouldn't you? Who did I talk to that had... Who the fuck was I just talking to? Somebody up there today. Had some blood clot issues. Who the fuck was it? It's weird because they bring it up in conversation like they want to talk about it, but I don't remember who it was. I gotta move some stuff around. I gotta put some new outlets up, I think. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. If I move the Coca-Cola collectible somewhere else, that would free up a shelf there for just... Yeah, but that's off camera. That's way off camera. We gotta get this stuff on camera. I'm not... No, I'm all right now. I hope Josh... I should have... Not Josh. Jesus Christ, what am I saying? No, I asked. I asked Kelly. They did not. Oh, it was Stacey Hines. That's who it was. It was Stacey Hines. Jesus Christ. I probably shouldn't talk about this. I feel like maybe she brought this up. I don't know. I shouldn't talk about it. It's Stacey. She has some blood clot issues. I asked her if she got vaccinated. She said no. So, but she seems okay. Who else did I talk to? Hello, Timothy Wagner. I was talking about Tim today also. Who was up there? Somebody came by and said that, he or she, I don't even remember if it was, I'm not saying they didn't specify their gender. I'm saying I don't remember if it was, I don't remember who it was, but somebody picked up a tumbler and looked at it and they said, do you do, Laser by Michael? And I'm like, yes, that's who. He goes, I remember seeing these on his post. And I said, yeah. And they said they knew Tim Wagner. And I said, yeah, Tim did it. I said, Tim did my first year of Spoonapalooza. And then he quit doing it. And then I got hooked up with Michael. And Michael's been doing it ever since. And he's a rock star. He's awesome. I mean, whatever. He lives out of the way. He lives down in Easton, but I drop the stuff off at his house. He calls me my son. I go pick it up, pay him. Simple. He's super great to work with. I love it. We have great partners. I should make a post. I should make a post every month about this. But we have, man, I can't. Oh God, I need a printout so I don't forget anybody. First of all, Hawk Signs. He does all of our vinyl work. Blue Star Ink and Thread. That's Bob. He does all our shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirt, anything we get printed. He prints all that shit. Ruth does Megan's Moment. She gives us the Guardian Angels that we send out. Beth Macedo, I don't remember. I never remember how to pronounce her last name. Star Hero. She gives us a star that we send out in every package. Wild Creek Beef Farm. He sends the honey. Jamie Banco just came on board months ago, and I got a bag full of shit. Knives, flashlights, fire starters, hats. He sent a pack. I'm gonna send something out from Jamie every single month, and there's probably enough stuff here to go for 2 years, for real. What he gave me, just here, take. Every time I see him, he's like, here. He stopped by here the other week. He brings this giant ass bag. Well, a couple months ago now, brings this giant ass bag of stuff. He's like, here, and I'm like, dude, I still have all this other stuff. He's like, well, now you got more. Who else? Who am I forgetting? Laser It by Michael. This is a bad spot for me. I feel like now I feel like a NASCAR driver. I forget who all my sponsors are. Joe. We got to give Joe Rodriguez credit. He runs a great operation. Just bike night is a big thing. He's stressed out as a mother effer when I get there. It actually is. For me from the outside, knowing what it's like to do Spoonapalooza and then seeing him there sweating it out while his daughter's bossing him around, it's funny. It's just funny. It's funny. I laughed at it. I love it. He reached out to me. He said, hey, we want to do something for you guys. And I'm like, you're good. You do your thing. He's like, no, we want to help. We want to do something for you. So he's asking how he could do something, what he could donate, whatever. So I told him they were trying to find angles to do something since the way we run is not 1,000% legitimate. So I said, you know what? I said, we do give a gobbler coming up. I said, so, if you wanted to buy some food or whatever to donate, that'll work. So I think that's what they're going to do. They don't need to. They do not. I stress that. But I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work. I have a few different avenues to possibly talk to and reach out to. But I have an idea. I'm going to try. I want to try to give a gobbler to a level that you couldn't even understand. But like I said, it can't be done. Obviously, it can't be done just so. Like there has to be. We got to find the right person to help us, work with us. But I want to show up there and have people's eyes pop out of their heads. That's what I want to happen. And so I have to reach out to some people, and I don't even know if it's possible. I have an idea, and I want to see if I can run it by somebody and see what they will see if they will work with us. I don't know if it'll work or not. But I think it would be cool. Because the Palmerton Lehighton and Jim Thorpe police departments have they have a competition between the three of them, and they have a trophy. Keith Hines actually made the trophy, and it's like a Stanley Cup. So the winner, whoever wins between those three police departments for donations, however it's kind of like, okay, you win. Like they look what they give. It's not like, and I'm like, hey, I want in on this competition, but they won't let us in there. So I was telling Joe that, and Joe's like, so you want to bury them? I'm like, absolutely, 1,000%. I want to fucking bury them. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm trying to get. That's not trying to get to happen here. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes down. But I have an idea, and I do not know if it's possible. And it's gonna take. First of all, regardless, even if I can get somebody to play along with me, it's still gonna be. It's not like it's free. I'm not asking for somebody to donate to me. I have an idea of something I want to try to work on, and I don't want to give anything away because I don't want to. First of all, I don't want it to ruin. I want to be. I want everybody to not know what the hell is going on when I show up there. If we need 2 trailers, then we need 2 trailers. So be it. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's possible because I have to talk to some people. But I gotta get on this. Because that's closer than you think, boys and girls. That's 2 months away. Less than 2 months away. I think it's November 19th. I think. No, I went in on this. I went in on it, Keith. Actually, I don't even care. I don't need a fucking trophy. I just want to be like. I remember the first year. So how I came to meet Doc was he was on Facebook Live, and he commented about it was. I know he was talking about Give a Gobbler, and he said, or no, it wasn't. Well, was it Give a? I don't remember. If it was either Give a Gob. No, it wasn't Give a Gobbler. It was Freedom Fest, or whatever the hell he called it. And he said, oh, we're doing it for our vets. And I said, oh, anything for our vet. I wrote something like Team Spoonman approved or whatever. That was my comment. And he popped on there and he's like, Team Spoonman approved? What the heck? Joe, do you really want to come on here? All right, let's see. Let's try this. He may not know what he's doing. He's old like me. I think he's broken. Yeah, he going. Anyway, he said something about for the vets, and I said, he's like, Team Spoon. He goes, Team Spoon. What the hell is Team Spoon, man? And then he got in, Todd Blabby talked to him, told him what we do, and then he was done at CBI one day, and I went down there. When he used to do CBI every week, and I went down there. Oh, shit.
What the fuck is wrong?
Joe's in the dark. Joe, you got to come out of the closet. I don't think he knows what he's doing. He going, what the hell, Joe? Anyway, I went down to CBI, met him at CBI. I was sitting by Todd, and then Todd introduced me to him, and we got to talking, and then he asked me to come in on the show. I went in the show, and then he asked me to be at Freedom Fest. It might have been Jeep Fest still at that time, but we were in Potter, and then we did. He was doing Give a Gobbler, and I told him, I said, listen. I said, I'm going to make a post about this, and I said, I know my people. I said, I know Team Snowman. We got great people. They really get behind the troops. They get behind what we do. And I said, trust me. I said, you're going to know we showed up there that day. And we had a couple. I don't know. We had a couple 100 pounds of food or whatever. And I think we got like. When then I said, if anybody can't make it or whatever, I said, if you can't make it or it's easier for you, you're out of state, whatever. I said, if you just Venmo money, I said, we can either buy turkeys or give it to them and for whatever they need. And we had like almost $2,400 donated through Venmo. And then people just, like, I'd come home from work and there'd be just not garbage bags, grocery bags in front of my garage door full of food, which was awesome. And then clothing, people dropped off sweatshirts and coats and hats and boots and everything else. And it was awesome. Like, it was really, really cool. Like, we showed up there that day, and I had my truck, and my truck was pretty full. And last year we needed the trailer because it didn't fit my truck, which is totally awesome. And I really want to be bigger. Like, I wanted to be bigger this year. And I don't know if that's possible because it's these things without the events. If we don't do events, and we don't have to do a lot of events, but if we do 6, 7 events, 6, 7 events a year, that's a lot. Even if we make $200 at an event, if we make $200 profit at an event, and we did 6 events, that's $1,200. Now that may not sound like a lot, but Spoonapalooza is a huge deal. Spoonapalooza is a $5,000-6,000 event. Super Bowl blocks. Last year we sold 5 sheets. That was $1,500. Just and then just people. Rory stopped by here yet last week, one Wednesday or Thursday or whatever day it was. She bought 6 jars of honey. A month ago she stopped by. She bought 11 jars of honey. And she goes, that's it. She goes, I'm done now for Christmas. And I'm like, you can come back anytime you want. Like, you don't, she's like, I don't want to buy you out. And I'm like, buy it all. I'm like, I know the bee guy. We'll get more. We can, that's no problem. I'll do whatever. If people, I thought about having I don't know if it would even make a difference. So, like, I thought about saying, hey, we'll have an open house for like a weekend, a Saturday or Sunday. So if anybody wants to come out here for shirts or merchandise or anything we have, anytime, Saturday and Sunday. But just people, like I said, I don't know. It's hard. That's why the events work. But now Gwen was the one that ran all the events down there at the farmers market, and she left. So she said she's still going to run events. She's living in New York. She said she's still going to run events down there. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. If she runs events, I'm in. I told her that. Let me know. And we'll just see how it goes. But I think the events are great for us. They really are. Because, like I said, regardless of how much money we make, we still got our name out there. People still see us. You get to talking to people. They have family or friends that are in the military, or somebody, like I said, people that they know are still active duty. We get people nominated for Veteran of the Month, Service Member of the Month, and all of these things are critical to what we do. We can't. None of it works without all of it working. It's just, that's how it works. It's like I said, people say thank you to me all the time, and that's great. I'm just one cog. I'm one cog in this system of gears, and all of the cogs on all the gears have to be functional, or it doesn't work. I could do all this every single day, but if people don't participate, if people don't come to the events, buy the products, support our fundraisers, nominate their friends or nominate their service member people that they know, invite their friends to the group. That's a big one. Invite your friends. You don't have to spend a penny. It doesn't cost anything. You invite your friends to the group. Your friends get in the group. They find out what we do. They like what we do. Maybe their son, daughter, cousin, brother, sister, whomever is in the military. So they like that. So they support what we do. They buy something. They participate. They show up at an event. All of these things, that's what makes it work. It doesn't work without all of those things. Not one or two or three of them. It all has to be integrated into a giant system to make it work. And like I said, it's so, trust me, this sounds terrible, but there's days that I wish I wish this wouldn't have, I wish it wouldn't have gotten here, because there's some days that I'm just so stressed out, not stressed out, but I'm so fucking tired and I just want to go to sleep, and I can't because I know I have to get a package together, or I have to do this, or I have to place an order, or go do an inventory. Like, I got down there today, and we were going through shirts, and Kelly's like, oh, we don't have any large, long-sleeved reds. And I'm like, what? And I went, and I found one. But she's like, how did you find that? I'm like, she didn't know how I had them stacked, which is fine. But, like, just that. Like, now we went out there. We sold, I don't know, 12 shirts today. At some point, I got to go through all these totes, get an inventory. And it's weird because I need one of this, two of this, three of this, one of this, one of this, one of this, one of this. But I gotta place these orders and get this stuff done, or the next time we don't have it. So it's just, trust me, like I said, there's times that I wish this wouldn't happen. And then I go down there, and Josh's future mother-in-law gives me a hug and tells me thanks for what we're doing. She's got 2 boys that were both in the military, you know what I mean? And they appreciate what we do. So, like I said, it's those little things where, and then you get a message, or somebody, like, I meet somebody comes up to me today and introduces themselves to me. I didn't know who they were. obviously they know who I am. People see me every single day. And, give me a hug, say thank you for what we do. That's inspiring to me. Like, okay, well, we reached someone. Like, it works. What we do works, regardless of how sometimes I feel like we're just spinning our gears and are we really getting anywhere? And are we really making a difference? And it really just, I mean, it's just a trite old saying to say if you just affect one person, but I mean, what does it take? You know what I mean? Imagine yourself. I never had kids, okay? So this is very difficult for me to fathom all this until that little guy called me papaw. And that changes it makes me rethink every decision I've ever made in my entire life. That's the significance of that. So that's where we're at here. So it's oh, hello, Gregory. So like I said, there's there's levels of stress to this for sure. Um, but at the end of the day, how much is it worth to change, to not to change, but maybe to affect one person's life? Because this was I was sent to this goes back quite a while. I don't know how long ago it was, but I got a message from a mom. We sent a package to, I think it was a dog. I don't even remember. We sent a package we sent a package out to somebody. The mom wasn't in our group. Someone else was in the group, nominated this person. Gosh, I don't remember. I don't remember if I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was a male or female. I don't remember. But they were nominated. We sent them a package, and then I guess they got the package, reached out at some point. I don't know how it happened, but at some point the mom was made aware that they got this package from this group, and so she joined the group, and then she messaged me and said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know I think it was a daughter, but I'm not sure. My son or daughter, whatever, was really having a tough time, really struggling with just the stresses of the job, so to speak." Um, and she said when she got your package, or he got your what I for some reason I think it was a female, but I don't know. We'll just say that because I'm tired of saying he or she. But she said she real you when she got that package, she goes, it wasn't the fact that it was a package. Because it's one thing, more or less, the sentiment of the thing was, it's one thing when she would get a package from me or her boyfriend or her a friend or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But to get a package from somebody who she did not know at all, saying thank you, put a whole new perspective on things for her or him. But we'll say her, because I don't remember. And that to me was super super meaningful, because it's just like you know like I've been messaging Brittany. For anybody who doesn't know, Brittany's pappy passed away, and that hit, that one hit me hard, and I never even met the guy. I talked to him on the phone. He was veteran of the month. What's up, Hubie? He was veteran of the month, and he was very fucking proud to be Team Swimman Veteran of the Month. He wore Team Swimman gear all the time. Brittany always sent me pictures of the two of them together when she'd go to visit him, and he'd be wearing his Swimman hoodie or his T-shirt or whatever. And I regret so much that I never met him. I really, really do. And but just that simple fact, that simple small gesture of someone we never met, somebody who hasn't, whose military service was 50 years ago, but just to be appreciated for that 50 years later, you know what I mean? And it just, those are the kind of things that really, really inspire me to keep doing what we're doing. And at no point do I ever think what we're doing is wrong. All I'm saying is there's times that it just is, you just don't understand the work that it goes in. And then it's hard to just keep digging as hard as you can dig, day in and day out, over and over and over. It's not that it's not gratifying, and it's not that it's not appreciative. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just, and then we have these events, and it's like I would do every single event. If somebody said, "Hey, we got an event next week," and if I wasn't in Canada, I would do. There is an event next week. I'm in Canada. I can't do it. I wish I could say, "Hey, you and you and you take the trailer, go do this event." But you got to have, you know what I mean? You got to have enough people able, willing to do it, and to go and do it. And if I did, if Kelly is great, because I'd tell Kelly, hey, we got an event here. She's like, all right, puts in her calendar. She's locked in. And if Kelly Edgington didn't live in Iowa, she'd be here too. And she will never live here because she's got grandbabies. And I get that. I understand that to a level you can't even fathom. But like I said, if there was people like that, or if Kelly and Brittany are like, hey, we can do it, I'll have Kenny pull the trailer out or whatever, I would be like, all right, go. I have no qualms at all. I have 1,000% faith in them. But I would never put that on anybody as me in my position, because I don't like. I feel like I should be there. I feel like I don't want to be like, will you go do it? I just, if they said, hey, we'll do it, I'd be like, go ahead. Here's the keys. Take the trailer. Go do what you got to do. And I wish we could. I wish we would at some point. I wish we would get to a point where that was feasible, and maybe we will. I don't know. But like I said, it's hard to find. It's hard to find enough able bodies to say, hey, I'll come and work for free, week in, week out, whatever it is. For what's the reason? You know what I mean? For what's the payout? You know. Till like I said, till you see these moms of these service members. To me, it's worth it. It's worth it all the time. And that's that's a perspective of a 53-year-old that that I wouldn't, if you're 30 or 40 years old and that wasn't I don't know that could have possibly been my perspective 10 years ago. I don't think it could have been, but like I said, you get yourself to some sort of position in life where you're like, okay, like I'm fortunate enough to where I'm here at this point of my life, and so I'm capable to give to others, and so that's where I'm at, and and oddly enough, every time I say this, people quote the Bible to me, and I'm not aware of it, but I tell people all the time. I said, the more shit I give away, the more stuff falls in my lap. That's the only way I can express it or explain it. And you do with that information whatever you want. I say that to everybody. Like, you do with that information whatever you want. Just all I'm telling you is that we do certain things, whatever, and I'm just like, boom. Like, I do a job. Hey, can I pay you with Venmo? Sure. If you pay me with Venmo, whatever you pay me is going into Teams Food, man. I'm saying, I don't care what it is. If I do some work for side job, this, that, whatever, and somebody's like, hey, can I Venmo you? Sure, you can Venmo me. But if you Venmo me, I'm putting in Team Soon, man. Because that's what I started my Venmo account for. And I'll just give the money away. I don't that's fine. Well, I'll figure it out somehow. So there we are. And then it's like I said, you do that, and then the next thing comes, the next thing comes, the next thing. And I'm like, how? How does that happen? The more shit you give away, the more things fall back in your lap again. And every time I say that, I don't remember I don't know what the Bible verse or whatever. But people always quote some sort of religious thing about the Lord. I wish I could remember, but I don't remember exactly how they say it to me. But it's been said to me multiple times. So it must be something in the Bible or whatever. And like I said, I'm not dumb enough to say that there is no God or whatever, and I also don't have enough faith to say 1,000% that there is. But there's something out there for sure. There's some ethos out there, whether it's karma or whatever it is, I don't know. I'm just going to try to stay on the right side of it, and I'm just going to try to keep doing the best I can for everybody else. And this is so simple. This is so disgustingly simplified. But be the person that you would want to hang out with. I mean, think about that. Just think about that for a second. Think about how simple that is. That statement. That statement is so simple. Be the person that you would want to hang out with, or you'd want to associate with. However you want to phrase it. Just be that person. You know what I mean? If your actions, whatever it is that you did, you'd be like, you think about this and be like, if my friend ended up like, you're a fucking jerk off, I cannot hang out with you. It's that simple. Just be the person that you would want to hang out with. That's all. That's all you got to do. I wrote a number 3 next to this. So this might be a mistake. I'm telling you, we're going to end up doing drink number 5,106 at Spoon and Palooza 5 because I'm going to fuck this up and over drink this. We're going to be doing retro drinks for 6 fucking months before this. And you know why? Because I don't have a laptop. mm, I don't know. Okay, Keith, is that a? I don't know if that's a. Keith, you know what the truth is? I think the doc's starting to sound like me. That's what I think. I hear him say things all the time, and I'm like, hey, that's how I end my lives. I end my lives that way. That fucking guy's stealing my shit. I don't care. It doesn't. That looks like shit right there. Look at that. I don't really care. If somebody is a better person or does better for society or the world as a whole because they heard something that I said while I was doing the drink of the day, then the world is a great place. But I'm telling you right now, Keith, there's sometimes that he says shit on the show, and I'm like, he stole that from my fucking live. He stole that from me. I heard him say positive. I haven't heard him say positive vibes. He says positive vibes all the time on the show. I swear he stole that from me. I swear he did. Because I've been listening to him for a long time. Until, like, I started following him before he started following me. And I don't remember him saying that. And then I heard him say, like, what did he say? What the hell did he say the other day? I heard him. He said something, and I'm like, hey, he always says peace out when he leaves his life. That's fucking me. I said that. I don't care. It doesn't bother me even a little bit. Not even a little. This looks disgusting. This is called bee sting. It's supposed to be layered, I think. How would you layer it, though? Because vodka and bananas, they're both clear. They'd just be clear. There's no layering. Kahlua might. I don't remember which one was supposed to be on top, bottom. That's what she said. Bee sting is. No, bee bite. Bee bite, not bee sting. I laughed at it when he always says like, oh, you know what the funny thing is? I had a picture in my head when he always says, oh, I got to head out to the barn. I always had this picture in my head of like the house was here and the driveway came up. I had this picture that the driveway came up through the pine tree farm and then the house was here and then there was like the barn was over here and he had to like go out of the thing across the driveway up to the barn. And then I go to his house and I'm like, the barn's 6 feet away from the fucking house. You what? That's why it was funny. The first day I was there, the first day I was up. I listen. I love Doc. I do. I wish I was on a show every day. I wish I didn't have to work. I would be on a show every day. I would be just. I could be the sidekick. We could just do the show. I don't even want any money. I just want to be there because it's funny. But I don't want to play music. Music is stupid. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's be funny. Let's just be ridiculous on the air all the time. Him and Kate on the radio was funny. I laughed my ass off. You know what I mean? Just that's what. But I don't like. I like music. I love music. I really do. But I can't. Like, I don't work to music. I listen to podcasts all day long. And there's days I listen to him, and I don't like his music. I like country music. I like country. I like this country music. That's what I like listening to. And he plays all kinds of music, and that's cool. But I don't. I listen to his show because I want to hear what he says when the music isn't playing. So if he got on the radio at 9:00, what time does he come on? 9? Yeah, 9, allegedly. Allegedly, he's on from 9 to 12. If he came on the radio at 9 o'clock and he talked nonstop till 12, I would never tune out. I would listen to the whole thing. Because I like listening to people talk. Because I can learn something. It might not even be good. People could be jackasses. I could learn stupid shit. But at least I could follow. Like, I would listen. I would listen 100%. She's a kill lover. What? Yeah, I know. I kind of knew that, Keith. I was first thinking about it. First of all, he's never on fucking time. All right. First of all, he's never there at 9. Half time he goes live and it's 8:55, and then he's live on Facebook from his house until 9:15. The barn is far away. It is far. I mean, it's like it'd be like if I walked up to the TV. That's how far away it is. This is called Bee Bite. Kahlua, banana liqueur, and vodka. This is going to be disgusting. It's coffee and banana and vodka. Vodka's gross. It tastes like fucking topsoil. What is wrong with people? Why would... Jesus Christ, that's terrible. What is wrong with you people? Who makes these things up? Why was I just talking to Robin's husband tonight? He said he makes his own drinks up all the time. He's like, oh, yeah, I just mix. And Robin's like, that's gross. How can you mix that together? And I'm like, I don't make. I said, I never make. He goes, yeah, she said you. He said, like me. I'm like, I don't make anything up. I'm like, I find these recipes. I could make that drink up. Oh, let's fucking mix 3 things together here that taste like fucking dog shit. What would you... Every drink is just going to be called dog shit from now on. We're just going to start dog shit, and then tomorrow night's going to be dog shit 2, and we're just going to keep going until we get to however far we make it. That's ridiculous. That's Kahlua, banana, and get out of here. Who would drink that? That's ridiculous. Jesus. Just make my head hurt. There's nothing. I'll just sit here and eat fucking goose sticks and drink YOLOs, and that'll be the end of it. This is stupid. Drink of the day is going to get canceled. This is the kind of bullshit they keep coming up with. I feel like Pittsburgh dad over here. He's inspired me. He's inspired me to start making my own drinks up. But I just don't know what. You know what my biggest problem is with making up drinks? Names. What do you call a drink? We could just make up a drink like I just did. What? We could just make up a drink like I don't know. Be like, oh well, I like this and this and this. Let's mix it together and see how it is. And then you taste it. Now, what do I fucking call it? Oh, this drink is called fucking Two Flipper Bill. There's no, they don't even make any sense. None of these, they don't even make Bee Bite. Why is that drink called Bee Bite? Here's the thing. If banana liqueur was yellow and creamy, and then Kahlua, so Kahlua is dark, vodka, so you had clear to yellow. If banana, like if I use this banana rum, yeah, all right, fuck it, let's try it. Jesus fucking Christ. It's not going to work. No. You got pap on the chip now. This is fucking nonsense. All right, I'm gonna use the banana rum because banana liqueur is clear. It's fucking. I just did what? What did I just do, Kelly? All right, I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. There's vodka, plain vodka. I don't have any. All right, here's the banana. The banana's fucking. This is yellowish. This is not gonna fucking float. This is gonna piss me off if this doesn't. I'll try it. First of all, I should do this when I'm sober. No, it's the same fucking color. It mixed right in. Get the fuck out of here. Let me try to rum. Hold on, let me try to rum. retarded. I said retard. I'm going to say it again. I don't even care. Fight me. Let's see if this will float. This should float. But Kaluuya's not going to float on top of this. No, this fucking... It didn't float even a little bit. Get the fuck out of here. It's ridiculous. Drank that drink. It's just me and Kelly. I'm going to listen, I'm going to stop doing the drink of the day. I'm going to shut the whole fucking Team Superman thing down. I'm just going to call Kelly, and this is going to be me and Kelly. And maybe Mike. No, Mike will get me. I'll end up in fucking jail if I follow Mike. Look at it. Get the fuck out of here. There ain't a layer in the... Get out of here. So I need another fucking... There. Here's B-Bite. There. Kahlua, banana. What's on top of vodka? Kahlua, banana, vodka. B-Bite. Get the fuck out of here. He's like a fucking bag of assholes. Oh, congratulations to Rochelle Miller. Rochelle Miller won the flag today. Ah. I think it was better. The banana rum's not bad. It hasn't been refrigerated in 2 years, so if I have diarrhea for 4 days, that's why. But it's not bad. It tastes pretty good, actually. The rum does. You know what? Kylie? This might be a mistake because I'm telling you, at Spoonfuls of 5, we're going to do drink number 5,117. But if we do one more drink, we will be... Hey, there's Michael. Hello, Michael. I was talking about you earlier. Did somebody tell you? Michael's the best. If you need something lasered, Michael, I have a project for you. This is for real. Wait, are you still on here? Michael, hang on here a second. Wait up. Where are we? Is he still on here? I don't know. There's no fucking... My fucking screen says nobody's watching. Michael, if you're on here... All right. Michael, hold on 1 second. I got to show you something. I have a serious project for you. This is going to be the fucking... Michael, I'm telling you, Michael, this is your wheelhouse right here. This is awesome. Check this out. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Stan Buck was a friend of my father's. Was great. I mean, he was one of those guys that he was friends with my dad, Farron Fry. My dad had a lot of friends over there. George Roberts, who when we hung out, was really good to me, or the kid, me and my brothers, or whatever. But Stan Buck was a very good friend of my father's and was very good to me. Like, took me hunting. Me and him and I went. He took me grouse hunting and stuff at points in my life. His son Stan was service member of the month at some point. Very, very, very good guy. But anyway, Stan, his wife passed away, and so he ended up moving down to North Carolina to be closer to his son. And when he left, he gave me a bunch of shit. He gave me stuff that was my grandfather's, like fishing stuff that he had got over the years. But he gave me this lamp. This is so. Here's what he get. So he gave me this lamp. So this is what I got for you, Michael. What I got to do is, it's like an old. See the okay? It's a lamp, but it's like an old Western bar, and right here on the top it says Brass Rail Saloon. So what I need to do is I need to come up with like somehow. I don't know how if I want to tear this apart or just get a piece of wood and put it right up, like right there where it says Brass Rail Saloon, because this is your specialty. He does laser on wood. That's where he started. He told me that. But what I need, maybe I'll just got a piece of wood that I can put on top of here and have Spoonman Saloon, and so I can get this thing fixed up. Or I don't know if I could just give this to you, but you probably can't do anything with that without tearing it apart. And it's a solid piece all the way through. So I'm going to have to put something on there, I guess. I don't know. I got to work on this, but this thing's been sitting here. I don't remember how long ago he moved down there, but it's been a while. But this thing's been sitting behind that chair over there for years, for 2 years maybe. And even when Stan gave it to me, he said, oh, maybe you can do something there. And I thought about talking to Hockey about it, but then I'm like, oh shit, Michael does laser, he does wood stuff. So I need to work on this. It's listen, it's not this is just, I'm telling you, it's been sitting there for 2 years. So this is not a rush order. But I think what I gotta do is like try to either tear these blocks off or see how this goes and just find a piece of wood to replace there, and then have you put Spoonman Saloon, like our logo, right across there, and then this will just be here. Oh, man, that's fucking cool as shit. That'd be cool as hell if it says Spoonman Saloon. And really what I want to do is get it done so I can take a picture of it and send it to Stan, because he would really appreciate that. I love that guy. I fucking love that guy. He like I said, I had a bunch of friends. Yeah, there's like trim boards on there, and it looks like wainscoting, but it's one piece all the way down through, so it's gonna be hard for me to. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be I'm gonna have to get a piece of wood, have you do it, take those blocks. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get those blocks off if I even can. Give you a piece of wood, have you do it, and then bring it home, stain it maybe to try to match the color. I want it to look like it was always like that, which is gonna be not easy. So, like I said, this is not a. I don't. This is not. This is like I said. This is like this is just one of those things. But I talked about you today or earlier, I guess, and I said this. What I love about what I do here is my people, and I say my people. You're one of my people. Ruth. When I call Ruth and I tell her, "Hey, we're running out of angels," I know the angels are coming. Matter of fact, the last time she came, she's like, I only brought you 30. And I'm like, you only brought me 30? I'm like, that's a lot. And she goes, I know, but she goes, last year you did 36, and this year you're going to be even more. So I don't know how long. And I'm like, Ruth, like, I love you. We're good. And then, Beth, when I ran it, I talked to Beth. She gave me that little star thing. I posted a picture of it. She took somebody gave her a flag. She does the stars for us. Somebody gave her like a real small flag. And so she couldn't use the stars because they were too small. So she literally thought of us, which makes me want to cry. And she cut out the blue field of the stars, and she put it in a red frame and said, I thought this would be perfect for you to put in your bar. If somebody drops that shit off at your house and says, oh, here, and you're like, oh, I can't use this. And you're like, oh, you know who this would be perfect for? Team Spoonman. Like, she literally thought of us and put it in a red frame for me to hang here. And I brought it home and I hung it on the wall right above the coin display that Stan Buck bought me, the guy who this lamp came from. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to her. And, you know, she sent me back a fantastic message about it. And I love her to death. I met her. Lisa Tift introduced me to her at Reach Across America. And I am forever grateful to both of them, all of them. And that's why it's like all the things we do. I never want to stop doing all the things we do. I just want to keep adding to all the things we do. I never want to stop Reach Across America. I never want to stop Valor. I never want to stop Give a Gobbler. I just want to keep adding and growing to all of these things. And if that means I just said to I don't know who I was talking to up there tonight, but I said, listen, I said, you know, the first year we started in June until the end of the year. I said it might have been $500-$600 or whatever it was. It was not. We did 3 service members of the month or 3 or 4 service of the month packages, and we bought 10 wreaths. You know, it was like nothing. And then the next year it got pretty. You know, it was $3,000 or whatever it was, and then it went to 9,000, almost 10,000, and that was 12,000 last year. I'm like, I don't want it to be less. I said, if I have to take $5,000 out of my savings account to donate it, so we go higher than 12,000, I don't want to go backwards. I realize that's crazy, but I don't want to go backwards. I don't, you know what I mean? Whatever we got to do to figure this out, that's what I want to do. I think our troops deserve it. And if you're here, then you agree with that. And so what we need to do is pull together and listen. There's some people out there that are absolutely struggling, and I sympathize with you more than anything I can imagine. But there's plenty of people out there who aren't struggling, and that's, like I said, it's every little thing. It's all the little things. It's like I go to order shirts from Bob, and Bob doesn't charge us how much he should charge us, and it's not necessary. And I told him, I'm like, listen, everything we do, all the prices we set, everything we do was based on what you told me this was going to cost. So you don't have to charge us less than what you told me you were going to charge us, you know. And he still does, because he said to me, my dad told me a long time ago, the more you give away, the more you get back. And I've seen that in practice. I've seen that in my own life, which is, well, I'm just like, well, fuck it. Let's just give more away and see what happens. And it's eerily, ridiculously, unfathomably, undescribable the way that literally the more you give away, the more stuff falls back into your lap. And for somebody who's living at a level where they feel like they're teetering on the brink of destruction all the time, that's a leap of faith that you're probably not willing to take. And I understand that. Trust me, I do. And I probably wouldn't have taken that leap. And that's, like I said, when I tell this, the greatest thing that I've ever heard, and I don't know where I heard it, but I know it was on Facebook. It was like on a clip or a reel or something. And it simply said, pay attention to that 4-year-old. Or it said, pay attention to that 3-year-old, because once they're 4, they're never going to be 3 again. And once they're 5, they're never going to be 4 again. And once they're 6, they're never going to be 5 again. And to that, I say, I'm at 53 years old. I'm going to be 54 in a month, less than a month from now. And I said, I'm not the same person I was at 49 or 50 or 51 or 52. And I'm certainly not the same person I was at 40. Not even close. The 40-year-old, like, I don't know that the 40-year-old me would recognize me right now. My mindset, the way I view the world, it's not the same. And that's the way it is. That's the way it will be for everyone, whether you believe it or not. As you grow older and as you grow wisdom, and you can see the world from an outside view, it changes the way you function. It changes the way you live. It changes the way it doesn't. One of the great Rogan says this all the time. One of the greatest comedians of ever is Dave Chappelle. You can disagree with that all you want. Doesn't matter. He's one of the greatest comedians that ever was. The way he looks at things is phenomenal. And Dave Chappelle says becoming a parent doesn't just change the, how did he say it? The way he said something to the effect of the becoming a parent doesn't change the level at which you can love. It doesn't change the amount of love you have for it. Changes your complete capability. Like you become, like, there's so much more that you never even imagined you could be. And I can't, like I said, I never had kids, so I don't have that perspective. All I know, and I tell everyone this, and it's not because I have any like Jace came into our life when he was 3. And he was at his dad's every weekend, so we did not see him a lot. But Jensen came into our lives from from an infant and from the day he was born, and you watch him grow along these stages, and you see it go. And we had him a lot of weekends. Then they lived here for 6 months. That was a massive sort of new perspective on things. And but just to watch that progression go, it doesn't just change the way you feel about things in life. It changes your entire capacity. You can't even understand. You can't even fathom the amount of love and caring and nurturing that you have for somebody until you put yourself in that position. And I can't. And I told people I can't imagine what it's like to be a parent where that child is literally part of your DNA and like your genes. I can't. I just can't imagine that because I literally have no genetic ties to Jensen whatsoever or Jace, none. And when I took them out to the West End Fair, and it was just the three of us. It was the three of us at the West End Fair for 3 hours or 3.5 hours or whatever it was, and I can't even understand. I can't like. It was just like it was just crazy. I can't understand. I don't even get. When I hear of horrific stories of child abuse and different things, I'm just like, I don't get it. I would, I would, I would kill somebody in a manner you can't even imagine. Like it's crazy. I don't even understand it. I can't put myself. There's no amount of anything that could put me in the position to think, oh yeah, I could see this. No, it's crazy. But yeah, it's that's like I said. Kate's like, oh, I hate to bother you guys. You had him last weekend, and I'm like, if you guys lived back at our house again, I would be okay. Like, stop it. For sure, Kelly. But Kelly, there's no doubt about that. How much of that perspective do you think is because of that, them, and how much of that perspective is do you think because of us? Because, like I said, I can't imagine that. I can't. And I don't know. I don't. You'd like to think that you'd like to think that you're you, and so you've always been you. But I realistically, I do not think that the 40-year-old me and the 53-year-old me are even. Oh, I absolutely will, Michael. Laser Art by Michael. Check him out. He's awesome. He's the fucking man. Um, Kelly, how much of it do you think is them or us? Because I'm telling you, I do not. It's easy to sit here and say them, but I, I really, 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 really think that as much of it is as I don't think there's a 0% chance that if you took me 10, 12, 13, 15, 18 years ago, you'd get the same thing. And I would really like to say you would, but I don't think it's possible. I don't think like I remember growing up and I was like in my 30s, even in my 30s and or mid 30s, late 30s, 40, and people would I I don't think I appreciated this as much as I should have. People told me because I've heard this a million times myself, having conversations with people about whatever, where people said you're wise beyond your years. I don't think I appreciated that as a compliment as much as I should have, for real. Um, because I think wisdom comes from life's experiences. So if you're able to gain wisdom without having to go through the trials and pitfalls of life, you know, Why are you gonna make me cry, Kelly? Uh, I, I knew Kelly would get it. I didn't. I'm telling you, I can't. I can't. I get. I don't understand it when I see the stories on the news about people just being bad people to kids. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Well, that's what I'm saying, Kelly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can't, you know, I don't know. Whatever day it was, Mima was here, and she said, Mima was here the other day. I don't know if it's, I don't know if we might have been live. I don't think we were live. And she said to me, she goes, "You love Jensen more than you love me." And I looked her square in the face and I said, "It's not even close." I said, "It's not even close." You know what I mean? It's you know, and, and then she got like very super testy to me, and I know Kelly. She got very like she was gonna be her initial thought was to be furious with me, and like you could see it in her face. She had this look on her face like, you motherfucker. And I looked her straight in the face and I'm like, you feel the exact same way. And then she had to think about what she said and what I said, and she literally sat there and looked at me for a while, and then she shrugged her shoulders. She's like, all right. She goes, good point. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly it. And I told her, I said, and maybe it is because, and I told her, I said, it's just a different thing. You know what I mean? I said, I said, it's not Jensen or Jace or it's whatever. I said, it's all of my nieces and nephews or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's all of them. I said, if the choice was to me, was for Luke or Hunter or Nora or Mikey or Noah or any of my nieces and nephews. The choice was me or them. Take me. They got their whole life ahead of them. I'm not saying I'm finished yet, but if my choices are, I've been here for 53 years and they've been here for 2 or 3. Let's give it to them. They deserve it. Let them ride. Hello, Uncle Sarah Weeder. We love Uncle Sarah Weeder. Now I feel like we should make Red Death. I can't. I gotta go to work. I'm not making Red Death until Sarah Weeder shows up here. This song is. Listen, if y'all want to understand what it's like, no, you can't understand what it's like. If anybody out there has ever been a father or a mother or a grandmother or a grandfather, and you're anything less than a piece of shit, Google yourself YouTube Music, whatever listening, whatever. Luke Combs, Fathers and Sons album, and listen to that. I dare you, I defy you to listen to that album without crying. Good fucking luck, fuckers. Because you ain't gonna make it through there unless you're a fucking monster. Wait, I didn't make the bitch. We got one more drink to make. Did I make this drink? No, I did not. I apologize for the title, but it's called Bitch on a Rag. I don't make them up. I just make them, but not up. There goes Colt. Maybe Nemo's home. What time is it? Oh, it is 11 o'clock. You might be home. I just got an alarm for going sound bike night. Oops. That was like 10 hours ago. Oh, that was Vanessa Hunziker. I apologize to Tom Fabian if his garage was getting crooked tomorrow. Graham Ornay. I'm out of one of these. Running low on something. I don't even feel like I should announce the title of this drink again. Also, it's supposed to be a shot, which it will not be. In typical Spoonman fashion, I don't know why I stay down here and just keep finishing papers when we don't. I don't know. We might listen. We might just shut this whole thing down in like April, and just we won't do any drinks a day for like 6 months. Maybe I'll do abstinence April again, just because we're gonna run out of drinks before we get to Spoonpalooza. All right, drink number 4. This is called Bitch on the Rag. I didn't name it. I found it online, so deal with it. Creme de banana, Irish cream, and Grand Marnier grenadine. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not great. Why do I feel like we made that drink under 7 other names? But that was all 4 drinks on one paper. How about that, boys and girls? I gotta start. I gotta start finding fish and drink because I'm leaving Wednesday. That means I need to. I'm gonna be going. So I'm leaving Wednesday morning. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 10 drinks, 11 drinks, maybe. If we do one a day. That's, come on. When was the last time we did one a day? It's like a fucking baby vitamin. All right. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Love y'all, mean it. Never apologize for being patriotic. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. Thank you everybody that showed up at Bowman Sound Bike Night. It's a great event. I don't give a shit how we do. Joe is the man. He puts this event together every year. He was very stressed out tonight. I hope he did very well. They had a big basket raffle, bands. There was like 7 or 8 or 9 food trucks, vendors. It's an awesome event. And he takes his proceeds and he basically donates most of it to Carpenter County Animal Shelter, which is awesome. Just awesome. And I'm glad to help you out, brother. I love you, man, for sure. And he offered to donate money to us, and I'm like, I don't want your money. He might, I told him, I said, if you wanted to, he said they may still do something, whatever. He said about, donating some food items for Give a Gobbler, and I'm like, hey, whatever. If you want to, go ahead. Bo Rodriguez for Mayor of Palmerton. He's taking my fucking job. I don't live in Palmerton, so I can't be the mayor. I don't know what I could be. I live in Lower Twenty Township, so I could be like a township supervisor person. That seems like more headaches than what it's worth. But anyway, Bo Rodriguez, I told him, I said, dude, give me your fucking, I said, shoot me your thing. I said, give me a Bo Rodriguez sign. I'll put it right next to Colossal. Bo Rodriguez for mayor. I'll put it right up there. Every fucking night it'll be broadcasted. You know what I mean? So so I met his wife. I feel like I don't know. I don't know that I've ever met her or didn't. I don't know, but I know his dad. His dad used to work with my dad. And anyway, he's super fucking. He's very, very personable. He seems like a politician. I don't know if that's good or bad, but he asked me 1,000 questions. Asked me over and over and over, and like, what would you do? What would you? Do you have any suggestions? Just I'm like, I don't live in Palmerton. You know what I mean? But he's very. If he's he seems very for the people, and I'm very like that's very good to see. Also, he had to reach out to Doyle Heffley and Lexi Merkel, one of our favorites, to be put on the Republican ticket to run. And so yeah, I was very impressed by him. And not to say that I shouldn't be, because he seems like a very admirable young man. And I told him, I said, hey, if you want to come out here, he actually was looking for my endorsement because he said I have a lot of pull on Facebook, and I'm like, I don't know how much you really pay attention to Facebook, but he's like, no, seriously, I see you on Facebook all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're watching, but he's, hey, whatever. If it is what it is, if we have pull, hey, I'm all in, you know. Um, I'll be the next fucking Charlie Kirk. Anyway, I love Charlie Kirk, by the way, so fuck all you people that think I'm talking shit about him. You can all fuck off. And Erica Kirk, I think, is going to do a fantastic job uh, taking over for Turning Point. I do. I really, I hope, I mean, I can't imagine that somebody could be as good as him at debating those college kids, because he was an absolute stunning, he was stunning at debating. I mean, there's no other term to describe how well he carried himself with those kids. He had an answer for every fucking thing. He was just amazing. I could watch those things all day long. And if you think he was right to be killed for that, well, then you're a fucking bottom feeding piece of shit. No one deserves to be shot for their opinion. And everybody's a bitch about Jimmy Kimmel getting fired. Jimmy Kimmel didn't get fired for what he said. Well, he did get fired for what he said. But he didn't get fired for what he said. He got fired because his ratings were in the fucking tank. Because when here's the problem. You can't go violently after half of the population. The people who ran the Jimmy Kimmel show don't give a flying. Listen, they can they can say whatever they want. They don't give a flying fuck, whatever it is. If you make money for them, they're happy. That's the problem where you're. That's the downside of capitalism. For the most part, capitalism is fantastic. He who makes the most money wins, to some extent, but not exactly. So, but the problem with Jimmy Kimmel is his ratings were tanking, and so they were trying to get rid of him. They were trying to figure out how they could dump him out of his contract without having to pay him out. Well, once he says something like that to the level he did, like that's stupid. Listen, whether you agree with Charlie Kirk or not, you can't celebrate the fact that he got shot. Are you fucking retarded? Clearly, you're retarded. You're a fucking moron. I mean, even if you thought somebody should be whatever, you can't say it on TV, you fucking douchebag. You fucking retards. Like, you just can't say that. And to say that he was murdered by a MAGA person when the person made all kinds of anti-Trump sort of statements, that's just, you're such a dumbass. He's so stupid. Jesus Christ. Jimmy Kimmel used to be fucking funny. Back when he was on the Man Show, he was very, very funny. And then I don't know what happened. He became friends with Howard Stern, and then became part of the woke mafia. I don't know what happened. But freedom of speech is freedom of speech. Freedom of speech in this country allows you to say whatever you want, whenever you want. But what it doesn't do is make you free from the repercussions of those statements. So that's the problem. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but freedom of speech says you can say whatever you want and you won't be arrested for it. So you can make that statement. You can make the statement about whatever you want, and you're not going to be put in jail. That doesn't mean that your employer isn't going to say, hey, we don't like the message you're sending out there in the ethos, so we're firing you. That's a totally different thing. It's like, I can't say, hey, my boss is a fucking asshole. Well, that's freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. My boss is like, you're not allowed to call me an asshole. You're fired. That's the point. But you're not, what y'all don't understand is freedom of speech is not freedom of repercussions for what you say, except for by the law. So you're not going to get imprisoned by saying whatever you want. You can say whatever you want to say. That doesn't mean you're not going to be put in prison. You're not going to be put in prison for what you say. But if you're employed by, I don't fucking know. If you're employed by Chuck E. Cheese, is Chuck E. Cheese even still a thing? Alexa, is there still Chuck E. Cheese? I can't hear her. Let's just say, Alexa, continue. Let's just say you're employed by, or whatever. Let's just say you're employed by Chuck E. Cheese. And then you go out and you say, cheese is bad for you. Cheese is unhealthy for you. You should never eat fucking cheese. And Chuck E. Cheese is like, hey, we make pizza over here with fucking cheese, jerk off. You're fired. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but you're not free from the repercussions of what you say. So that's not even a fine line. It's just, that's a statement that you have to understand that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm allowed to say that whomever, the person I work for, like I could say, hey, the guy that does my car inspections is a fucking jerk off. I can say that all day long. But then when I call him, hey, I need my car inspected, he's like, fuck you. You said I was a jerk off on Facebook. Well, you can't not inspect my car. I fucking, you know what I mean? That's freedom of speech. You can't, that's two different things. That's ridiculous. That's a bad example, actually. My car guy's a good guy. Shout out to Tyler. Farston Service Center. But like I said, these are, you can't, like, those two things don't equate to each other. Just because you're allowed to say whatever you want to say, but you're not free from the repercussions of that statement. And that's what people don't understand. So they're like, oh, well, Charlie Kirk this, Charlie Kirk that. And then, what's his name got canceled? What's his name? I can't even think of his name anymore. Jimmy Kimmel. First of all, Jimmy Kimmel hasn't been funny for 10 years because he went, whoa. Once you go, whoa, you're funny to 37% of the population that thinks you're funny. But 63% of the population doesn't think you're funny. Well, guess what? If that many people don't think you're funny, they're not going to be paid for commercials, and you can fuck right off because that's what happens. They don't care. None of these big institutions care about anything except for making money for their stockholders, which is that's their job. So if you talk stupid shit and you don't make money for the stockholders, well, guess what? Now you're fucked. That's what happens. Oh shit! I finished a paper. All right, I gotta go to bed. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Love y'all, mean it. Never apologize for being patriotic, and fuck Bruce Springsteen. And I recognize that P right there. That's John Wagner. So hi, John Wagner. I don't know who's even here. Is anybody even still here? Nope, no one's here. All right, we gone. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Love y'all, mean it. Peace. Fuck Bruce Springsteen.